Well, greetings, hello, and welcome on back. Episode number 6 coming your way. I'm ImperialJedi. Hope you're having a great day. Lots to do. This is basically a continuation from last episode. We've got a fresh night's sleep. We are ready to go. We got some good thoughts, and we did so much last episode. I'm pleasantly surprised. I think in the heat of the moment, I didn't think we got a lot done, but really, I mean, the key walls, all of that is so cool. Seeing like trolley buses finally go down and like the bigger picture start to come together, I'm happy. So what's on deck for this episode? Probably too much. Let's be real here. So we did unfortunately create a slight traffic snarl. It's not too bad, it's just a volume-based issue here. And I've got two-prong attack to fix this one. We mentioned that we wanted to bring a bicycle lane into the network, so don't forget those. So if we were to take 3rd Avenue, there's Harbor, there's 1st, there's 2nd, there's 3rd. If we were to take 3rd and hop, skip, and jump over top of the highway with a bike lane, that continues the whole way down. This goes in front of the library. It's a 2-lane street the whole way, so we can probably get away with losing a lane and replacing it with a bike lane, and it shouldn't be an issue. Traffic is beautiful through here as well, which is great. Yeah, crosstown bicycle infrastructure, that's the goal. So if we can get that going the whole way across, and then 1 or 2 streets up and down on each side of the highway, then that'll also be great. Now, that should help a little bit, maybe just bring a little bit of the volume down on each side of the street here, and that'll help with the highway going back on, and that'll help with the highway coming off here. And then I think what we could also do is just slap another street into, say, like 2nd, so we can drop another highway exit here. Again, the LA approach, right? If it fits, it sits. All right, so let's jump in. And I also thought too, like the more I stare, let me give you guys another minute here of some thought process. The more I stare at this, the more I feel like this should just be in a straight line. Design's cool and stuff like that, but I think that would just look so much more fresh as a straight line coming through. Might help clean up a little bit of that too. So we'll change that over. We'll try to find a way to get the tram either looping over here or just kind of talking. I do feel like the trams, they might just go further, bypass going down. It might do like a little cable car or something kind of cute just to get people up and down quickly. And I feel like, in City Skylines, how often do you get to properly use cable cars? So that could be kind of cool. And then I'm trying to think of like where the harbor is going to be. We talked about this being like, the older part of the city. We have some of the older buildings. And so if this was like an air quotes original city center, wouldn't the harbor be here? It would. And then if you just go directly to the coast, that's a lot of beach. So unless we like terraformed and made our own little harbor piece and stuff, I don't think this would be like the best spot for it. Really, I think this is where the industry and harbor should be. We've got a beautiful little, what do you call this, peninsula jet net right here. We have a little harbor that we can probably work with. Great opportunity to terraform, put in some quay walls. It's a very gentle slope going towards the waterline itself, so that would lend to like, a train yard. There's a lot of room here. And I love that it's like a nice big, long kind of rectangle. So we can get the oversized Industries DLC factories talking. And it could be like a functional freight yard here. And I feel like that would be like close enough to downtown that it really wouldn't funk with what we're trying to like accomplish. And then we'd be like miles away from like our nightlife, our stadium, the real jazz party over here, right? So I like that. The only thing I will say though, I've noticed this with some of the newer maps. I feel like at this point in the game's evolution cycle, a lot of us are just used to using mods. And so for 9 tiles, I think we would end up just doing the simple box right here, but we do lose a little bit of this, eh? And so it's not bad or anything. Oh, I'm a goof. Why would I buy this tile? Okay, so never mind. We have a bit of room here, but anyway, the point I was trying to make is I feel like sometimes the map makers don't necessarily take into consideration a 9-tile playthrough, because like for this to not get a lot of the peninsula, we're just losing a little bit. That's annoying, right? So our 9th tile could be here. Don't buy this one, please. But I think you know what I'm trying to say. So I think by the end of the 9 tiles, if we feel like the city still needs to be expanded on, I'm not opposed to doing like 81 tiles. I don't want to make this like a modded playthrough. It'd be kind of fun just to build more vanilla. Anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself. There's no rush for that, but I think that's what I'm kind of thinking towards. Anyway, so that's kind of it. Now we know what to do. And so this will take us quite a few episodes to build towards, but that is the general plan here. Expand the city, get the grids bigger, get the population higher, hit some of those milestones, build out a proper harbor and freight area. That'll allow us to move the industry over. I'm going to try to line these up as best I can here. Okay, yeah, so we're going to be in line with this. That'll look great. And then we should be in line with this one. So that way, these bridges are going to kind of match each other. The ones we're doing, plus that very top one. And I think that one up there should also be bicycles. Okay, so how do you know this is 12 units, by the way? That's a good question. So in City Skylines, this is just for your beginner players, when you are drawing your road out, when you get to this point and you see that new blue line show up over there, that is 5 units. So that's 4, that's 5. If you follow that to this, that's 10. So 11 and 12. We're going up by 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're doing that on the lowest setting over here. And I'm just now driving across like that. And we double check visually to make sure that our hills are a little wacky. So one side's taller than the other. Easy fix. Lower that down. And so I'm only going to go up by 3 clicks instead of 4. And that'll be our trial and error period. And then that could probably be done one more time. Nope. Hot mess. Okay, well, I guess the whole thing's going down as well. Why do you bother doing these explanations, right? If I had not tried to explain this and make it look kind of like, you know, tutorial and pro right there, it would have worked perfectly. Because I took the extra second, the game's like, well, who's got a monkey wrench? We're looking for a highway. And then, yeah, just spreading this gently into here. Like right, yeah. Kind of hidden in plain sight under the bridge. I like that. And we did talk about maybe wanting to put like, you know, a corridor or some like rail or something through here. We can still do like a bike lane or something, but I think we're kind of closing the door a little bit more now, which is totally fine. And these are also great spots to use as just kind of like a tree corridor. You can have tons of trees lining your in-town highways. So you can kind of have like a forest within the city feel. All right, let's give this a few light cycles because now new traffic should be taking this more frequently. You can go left, right, straight, whatever you want. Because we have the bike lanes and because we have an extra driving lane through here, we should start seeing a reduction in traffic on both bridges. So less of a bottleneck effect. And that'll help absolutely everybody here. And this just goes across. And if you feel like you need more bicycle lanes, you can always go into the asset editor on the main menu. You can make your own stuff now. I'm tempted to bring in some of the parking lots that we made once upon a time. In my mind, that stuff still counts as vanilla because it's like you don't need an internet connection. You can do it yourself. I have a video on how you can do it even, you know? Okay, so let's, oh yes, opportunity. So the bicycle lanes, they come from the After Dark DLC, which I've mentioned in the past. It was like the first DLC. It was one of the most pivotal. It was crazy. When it came out, it just opened up your thought process because so many new things had come with the DLC. Taxi lanes, bike lanes, bus lanes, all stuff that kind of, in hindsight, it felt like it should have come out with the game when that came out, but it was good. A day-night cycle, you know, tunnels, pretty wild. Anyway, so we get bicycle roads from that DLC. And so we've got now a bike lane that goes up and down the city here. Takes you in and around the community centers. You can transfer over with your bike lane here, which is cool. So just like the arterial roads, we do want to have bicycles, not every one, but like, you know, every few. So there's one right here going up, one right there going up. So that means that, yeah, this guy here, this would be a great candidate. And then we can do bicycle-only pathways, build like a bicycle Autobahn system that goes to the downtown. And we'll switch this over. And then over where the 3rd Avenue bicycle connection comes through, I kind of talked last episode about changing this over. And I think we're going to stick with that. Kind of like the idea of just a little bit more of this. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And then this can be transformed into some more commercial. That way the noise won't really be as much of an issue. And if we want to, oh my goodness, if we wanted to swing for the fences, have a little bit of silly fun here, why don't we connect this up, keep that little pop-out block for the, just for like parking in front of the clinic or something, or like picking up, dropping off people, you know? And then what if we just did the littlest road network? Yeah. A little bit silly, but now I think we're effectively closing the door for sure on getting other types of infrastructure through here, which is totally fine by me. So a nice fence for some safety. And then this will be cool shopping. And let's connect one more street through here. And as far as naming goes, I don't think we've really interrupted too much because we've got kind of a free-for-all happening on this side. I do want to take an executive decision. I actually want to introduce one more street over to the downtown core, which means our like lettered streets are going to be shifting over by one. But I think we're still early enough that it's okay to do those kind of changes. City's in a state of flux, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just help kind of fill in that dead space there a bit more. It's a good plaza. So yeah, the goal, right? Just take a little bit of traffic off this, or add a little bit of traffic to this bridge. That reduces traffic over here. That'll help our friends try to get onto the highway. And you can see already by introducing the new highway exit, we've taken enough traffic out of this equation that the buses, everyone's happy again. So that is good news. Everyone's happy, everything's great. And the city's burning down. And yeah, I'm aware of the icons too, don't worry. We'll sneak a peek at those in just one hot second. Okay. And there's one more change I want to just make really quickly now. I feel like all my episodes are blending together, so I don't know if I mentioned this at the start, but what I wanted to do, I've been staring at this a bit more. I feel like this should just be straightened out really quickly and just brought in. Yeah, I feel like the deeper I get into a series, the more I start to be like, wait, did you say that already? Have you mentioned this? So I guess, if, you know, if some stuff is like super repetitive, you can call me out. But in general, you know, who even knows half the time what you're saying, right? Yeah, I think it made sense to have this kind of like how it was before, but the more I look at it, the more I want this to be a straight line. And we'll need some traffic lights to help because we got the cross-flow traffic here going against the one-ways. Yeah, it just feels cleaner to do this, eh? Because now you can get a pathway system through here a bit more effectively. We could even sneak another road probably right between there. Oh, that'd be crazy talk, man. I don't think we need it because the road's on the other side of the bridge, but that would be just so cool. No, it's too skinny. A pathway for sure. And I guarantee if we had like a one-tile road, that would work. Yeah, I knew it. I wish one-tile roads existed, eh? As two-way traffic. A boy can dream. I think that would be a good spot then too for if you want to build your own road from the workshop. Yeah, the roads I've tried before. I found it very complicated, so I never really bothered. But to make your own like park or parking lot, that is super easy friendly, user friendly, easy to do. That's what I'm trying to say. I think we could maybe like turn the direction of. Yeah, that looks nice, eh? All right, so that's an easy fix. So we got the bicycles. We got a bit of a traffic fix here. Let's add some more people. The 15,000 milestone is just around the corner. And let's add some services then at that point. We'll see if we can get the better balance for it all. And then let's add one more cross street, which will be bicycles. I shall do that right now. And then after, oh, a concert's happening. Cool. Oh, slight asterisk. I had one of you suggest to try the concert facing the plaza. It unfortunately doesn't want to snap to these roads. It was a bit of a service issue, so I could flip this over and be like an actual road, and that would work. But otherwise, I think this is kind of cool still. Nice little backdrop and everything too. Concert's just ending, daytime concert. Good timing. And also, I feel like, you know, we're just literally across the street from like bikes, you know, bikes and buses and stuff. So this should be like pretty straightforward for like getting people in and out without like horribly snarling the downtown. Yeah, it's not bad. And so the new street I wanted to add, which would kind of like make a bit of a mess for our naming, is I'm going to put one more street in here as a crosstown. An upsy-downy street here. East-west, I believe, because north was going up the highway. So that'll connect with this street here. To figure out all of this, that'll be kind of fun. We want to build the density up, and we still got to get this bridge going too, so lots to do. And yeah, so this would come and just end basically right here. I think that's a good little little addition in here, right? Yeah. And then, you know, pathway system coming across. That'd be nice like that. Or even a road, actually. Yeah, the bicycle road. Cool. Just help fill the zoning squares in a little bit more efficiently. And then that now means that this would be like Bantha. And then this would be Coruscant. This would be, what do we have for D? We have Dagobah. And then Empire would be E. And then we could do Fett. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, let's do that right now. All right, so Andor. We have Bantha, which is so awesome. Oh, also, yeah, for 6th Street, I think Sith. I think Sith makes sense. Some of you suggested that. Bantha Streets. Coruscant. When I was a kid, the only way I could remember to spell this was Coruscant. I never understood that. It's kind of French sounding. And apparently you can... Oh, yeah. No way, bro. Oh, that's... Okay, wait a minute. Did that continue, or what's the story here? Adjust the road. There is the way to do this. Some of you were saying in the comments section. Clearly, I'm not figuring it out, but there is a way to adjust your road without having to do what I'm doing. Coruscant. Yeah, Bantha goes the whole way. Yep, double check that. Good. Coruscant. And then Coruscant for the loop. Coruscant one more. I should have copy pasted this, eh? And then this becomes... What did we say D was? Dagobah, that's right. Dagobah. Where the old rebel base used to be. Dagobah Road. We'll have to figure out the square about, but I think the square about is going to be Dagobah the whole way through as well. But let's worry about that when more of it gets built out. Same with the 5s, right? We want to make sure this goes. 5s Avenue. And so Dagobah becomes Empire. Empire Way, maybe? Empire, actually, no, it can be an actual Empire Avenue. Because I believe an avenue is when it's 4 lanes. So this, I think, I don't even know. There's 6 here. Never mind. I will Wikipedia this at some point. Wait, D-E-F, F, Fett. Yep, Fett. Hold on, my goodness. So Fett Street. Okay, cool. There you go. Much better. So yeah, more bicycle lanes. That makes me happy. A better flow of traffic already. That makes me happy. A lot is happening with the highway on and off here. This is just screaming to get connected. So we could just buy that tile since we know we're going to buy it anyway. And just help out our traffic friends with that. It is only access to one side of the highway. Let's change that really quickly. There just needs to be just enough room that we won't snarl this. And it would be really cool. Hang on here. This would be really fun if we can pull this off properly. A collector and express system here. Okay, so this, sort of talk over the announcer here. If this is going to get done correctly, this will look awesome. But my thought right now is let's see if we can get a collector and an express system talking right here. So let's clean the highway up just a little bit. It wasn't my intention to like fully express / collector this whole thing here, but it's really cool when done correctly, especially in vanilla. It'll also, to a certain extent, kind of help cure when you have that like everyone's using the same lane kind of issue. Not perfectly, but it will help with that. Okay, I'm just going to free for this. And then for this to be effective, we need this to be long enough that it can queue traffic without anyone getting too crazy backed up here. And then we also need the way back onto the highway. So a collector just basically collects and lets you off on like the next exit, basically. So if you're going the whole way through the city and you don't need to stop or anything like that, normally you would stick to the express lanes. But if there's like an accident or something, you can kind of swap between the two. So the dream would be this goes into the collector and it goes into the road here. Or if it all just feeds into the collector, there's got to be the way back onto the road easily. So you're not just kind of going with the flow and having to go in a big circle and get stuck back in the city. And so they're fun when done correctly. You run like a small lane next to the big lane, connection points between the two. The outside lane is what talks to the city. The inside lane is just for going all the way through. I really, really enjoy doing that kind of stuff. It's fun in Skylines. And so that could work. We're going to have to deal with the slopes a bit more effectively here. So it'll take me a hot second. And we'll keep an eye on time too, because I really do want to add a little bit more zoning to the city still. Okay, so that's smooth, that's nice. And then this one would also want to come in like this, just because I can't really get the way back on too well. And again, your goal is you just want to have enough room that a few vehicles can queue, they can go in, and they're not really going to be making too much of a mess. If it gets out of hand, we'll have to redo this, but a slight trial and error approach would be kind of fun here. And I just wasn't really planning on it now with the time, but I think we may have to come back and properly introduce like a good actual system here, you know? But this is good for the moment. We do need to come up over the highway and get both sides connected, but our goal is just to alleviate a little bit of the bottleneck effect of everyone wanting to like just go onto the highway from only right here. So that is the goal for that. That one vehicle, let's go, buddy. That's what we're doing this for. Okay, so that didn't take too long in the grand scheme. That makes me happy. Let's fill out a bit more of the city. Let's do some zoning. And then I think we're going to have to save the trams for next episode. And they'll have a bit more time, and that'll be better. Oh, that worked out rather nicely. These are the wide sidewalk streets. I think we're going to want another arterial bike lane road coming up here. And then bonus points, this can also go over and become a highway road. Another highway interchange. Connect these up. Yeah, that means next episode, I think we'll just start off with some public transit, because I feel like a tram line and a bus line, or at least just a little relook of the bus lines, make sure that we don't need to expand any or any new ones. Okay, and then just another cross street. And we do want to break up, I think, some of this like wall-to-wall high density. So let's put a couple parks or something in here if we can. Oh, that fits rather nicely. Let's just do, is it a playground? Yeah, it's a little playground next to the cemetery here. Possibly morbid, I don't know. In City Skylines, they like to know that their loved ones are nearby. Resting peacefully, right? No need to make it morbid. And so what does that mean we would do? Let's do a dirt pathway that lines this. And we'll just simply connect these to that. It is kind of nifty how like some of these pathways like lend themselves to being able to like, you know, be connected even though they're like part of this. It's cool. Okay, so some trees throughout. Some palms because they're beautiful. That's nice, right? Come over here, read a book, hang out with the kids. Maybe you're babysitting, who knows, eh? Maybe a dog park right across the street as well. Good idea. Little dog park in here. Great. And then I really love using this, the yoga garden. Where are you? Yeah. Little tropical garden right here. Oh, that fits really nicely in the back segment of that as well, eh? So let's move the dog park over by one. Let's do a concrete path over here to help kind of break this up a bit as well. Oh, that's great. I didn't really want to get rid of that, but at the same time, let's just do that really quickly because it is just wall to wall, right? We don't need that many. Okay, so a little pathway. Some tree-lined action back here. That's nice. And the detailing, I've been wanting to do this. I just keep putting it off, but just little bits at a time, like little fences, little trees, little pathways. It keeps it feeling approachable. It's not too crazy. It adds just a little bit of that je ne sais quoi to it, you know? The missing pieces, basically, right? There you go. Yeah, it ties in nicely with the graveyard, I think, too. And just, yeah, it breaks up the wall-to-wall. It's not as, like, concrete jungle feeling. You know, The vertical game, I was saying to work on that. But they also need places to go and enjoy and touch grass, right? So can't neglect too much. Okay, so a little bit of high density here. Low density, because it's a nice little split. And I think we could use one little side street through here. A little Crescent Boulevard or something. Crescent Street. I gotta stop like just guessing Boulevard Avenue, all that stuff. Yeah, one day I'll learn all that. Oh, I want to use to fill that spot. Yeah. We have one high school only. This is a little bit close. I'm not gonna lie, but I love the look of that building. It's so modern. And if everything is like low density around it, that'll look so fresh. Okay, so maybe we do another park setting around here. You know what looks really great with the schools is basketball courts. So we'll throw one of these in, maybe a second. We have a tennis court as well, which is kind of fun. Tennis court, let's put over here, actually. In with the park. Yeah, that's nice like that. And then you guys need like a run. I wish we had running tracks, eh? We have them in like the, what is it, DLC from campus? I do not know for the life of me where those are. One of these maybe? But yeah, it's a big track though, is what I'm trying to say. Big, big track. What is this thing? Historical library. Oh, cool. Oh, old-timey building. Let's put that downtown. Oh, near the university building, of course, my dude. Does that fit nicely in there? It does. Oh, let's go. That's cool. Yeah, it doesn't look like a library, so it feels like it might be like an old, you know, admin building from the old harbor days or something. Who knows, right? Buy your stamps there. Okay, this is filling in nicely. Probably need some pipes through here. You do. And then whether or not we'll make it to 15K off this, I don't know, but it's a step in the right direction at least, so that's good news. And I do know for certain that we cannot go much longer without some services. And we are kind of getting to the end of the episode, so let's do a look at that. These will fill in. That looks grand. So start at the beginning. How is your electricity? It's not great. It's not great. Let's put another geothermal in here. These are awesome. I love using them in the industrial settings. They just look so industrious. And they're like beautiful big buildings. I feel like from a vanilla perspective, the larger the building, the more fun it is to try to use. Because you get like a fun challenge, right? Like the soil, like what, you know? The terraforming. This is funny because it's just temporary, but where does it go? What does it do? And I will just do a little bit of yellow zoning just to keep the blue commercial zones happy. You do, at all points, I would say, need some manufacturing. If you're not going to be doing any yellow industry, everything that's getting sold by your blue commercial zones is getting made outside of the map, so you have to pay to have it imported, and it's coming in with a vehicle. And that could be like a boat, could be a plane, it could be a truck, but it's just extra traffic. So if you're producing stuff domestically, like these local manufacturing zones, you take advantage of the tax credit, because, you know, it's a building paying taxes, and then someone has a job. And you're making stuff that, you know, that's being produced locally. Shop local. Let's go. All right, so power is good. Water teetering. This is a temporary spot, so I guess we can throw down another pump here, but it'd be fun to like get some water towers, and then eventually when more of the city is established, we can pick a spot off the highway and just do like proper utilities, have a nice little power plant spot too, you know? Some garbage pickup and drop off. Use some of these cool assets as well. Tie it in with nuclear, maybe. Man, so many options, eh? Yeah, you know, these kind of look nice together. They got a lot of pipes, a lot of industrious vibes to them. So that is sewage. That is water. That should be enough capacity that we have nothing to worry about for the short run. Garbage. I actually don't know if garbage is really an issue. I know we're seeing some icons, but I feel like a lot of the capacity is kind of being kind of borrowed because these guys are emptying. So that one is now empty, speaking of which. Get rid of that. And you are at the halfway point. That's great. That is great. I just severed that power line connection. Good thing I noticed that. That would have just definitely been a headache and a half right there. Speaking of power lines, a little bit of tidying up. We can get rid of this. Fantastic. That brings us into healthcare. Looking good. I'm going to throw a clinic down just in case anything happens. Oh, a downtown, high capacity, beautiful hospital building. Let's put that in there. That is the right flow and everything. Beautiful red cross on there as well. Keeping that one. Great city coverage. The budget can't afford all this extra big stuff as well. That was another asterisk here. Don't go service shopping if you're right on the border, eh? You'll need people to help kind of cover the cost of it all, right? Which is important not to like over-service an area as well. High capacity fire might be nice up here on the industrial side at least. Big reach for this one. And I think we can justify then, speaking of which, trying to save some money, getting rid of that smaller fire station. So we've upgraded. Yeah, so coverage-wise, that hits more of the city. Financially, it's not that much of a hit. Police is doing really well. We could probably use one more police station just for coverage over here, but we're keeping our Sims happy, healthy, educated, and they have opportunity. So there's no real need for them to, in air quotes, do crime. Unless you're just a bad boy to the core, but crime has been doing well. Maybe Batman comes to visit, who knows. In education, it's a slow battle. We know this. Elementary is doing well because we start with that. The newer zone buildings haven't had a chance to go to school yet, so that's kind of why they're reflecting what they are. And this tells me from a coverage perspective that we could use another elementary school over here, and they look great paired with a little playground or something. Yeah. Feels more real that way too. And then if we want to take it to one step further, just because we have a couple seconds here, is we could build like a nice little fence around these bad boys. Why is everyone a bad boy today, huh? Kids aren't bad, yo. What do you mean? Apparently I want to go do crime or something, eh? Yeah, that's nice. And then just, you know, some trees in here kind of hide the end of the fence and stuff, right? Yeah, pretty simple, but pretty nice. I like that. All right, so elementary, high school, again, work in progress, no problem. We do want to put in some bus lanes, bring people to the schools in a school bus. That's cute. University coverage, slow and steady. We'll win this battle by being able to bring people downtown with public transit. And the library, also slow and steady. Cool. That, I think, is it for the just kind of initial services. Everything else is whatever, you know, like public transit and stuff. We're working on it, but I think it's good. I mean, in the grand scheme, not a lot was zoned and built downtown. The thought process is definitely ongoing, though. We did not, unfortunately, get to a point where we could add some more quay walls. I think that was kind of the thought from last episode. I think we'll start next episode with a bit of flooding, and I do want to implement some more of these in here. I'm very happy with this final iteration, especially the way this now curves through. And for me, I feel like the quay walls just kind of cement it, eh? Seals the deal. Says we're not turning back at that point. All right, well, that's it, guys. I will see you next episode. Drop me a comment. I think a little bit of everything. Happy with the flow here, but definitely still a lot to do. So goodness gracious me, you better come back and we'll see you again. Otherwise, yeah, if you want to drop a picture, show me what you're working on, join our Discord. You can send me some stuff on Twitter. Come find me in a live stream. And yeah, onwards and upwards. I'll see you guys really soon with another episode. And just more content is coming, all in all. So hopefully you guys are excited and ready. All right, that's it. My goodbyes. They are getting longer and longer. You're great. Appreciate you. Have a great day. Stay hydrated. Happy building. Put a smile on your face already. Let's go. And we'll see you again. Take care of yourselves.